All right, this is Expat D. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We have a very special guest here, Auston Holleman. All right, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah. So give us your background. Like, I know that you're a very popular YouTuber. You've been living here in Kenya. How would you define yourself?
I would say, well, number one, I'm an expat, as most people would say. I've lived in the United States for 3 years. I'm a former barber. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, grew up in Arlington, Texas, and I lived my adult life in Dallas, Texas before I left the United States. But now I am a content creator.
Okay.
Full time.
So what initially brought you out of America?
Women.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't the only thing, but that was like the final straw where it was like, yeah, I need to go I at least need to try somewhere else, and I did, and my mind was blown. Yeah, I haven't been proven wrong yet.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So would you classify yourself as like a passport bro?
No, because there's no centralized organization.
Right.
Yeah. So
what would you define as a passport bro?
And I'm gonna say this, I would say that the Ku Klux Klan is more organized than the passport bros.
Right.
Because you have to have a membership.
Okay.
And there's accountability, and there's things that they stand for, whether they're negative or positive.
Right.
Versus a passport bro is just anybody could be that.
Right. Because I've heard other people ask that in interviews, and I was like, based on some of the answers I got, I was like, am I a passport bro? Like, I don't know, right? Because I was being on, right. Yeah. Right. I know it's kind of a popular movement though. I heard you mention about just dating. Is there like a particular, like, what was the moment that you realized that like Western dating, like US dating, is not for you?
I realized it whenever I was 21 and I had 2 barbershops at 1.3. And I had my own car, my own apartment, and I was getting to run around.
Yeah, 'cause that's kind of what you mentioned. That should be
in hell that
right.
This should be happening.
Right.
Yeah.
That should be kind of what they're looking for, right? An ideal situation.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a situation where, like, now that, so because your message is getting is getting very popular, or is very popular online, just about maybe trying your dating options out of the country. Do you find like any Western women like trying to get you canceled?
Yeah, I mean, even in other countries, that's been attempted here. I don't think that can happen here necessarily. The cultural thing is not really set up for that kind of thing to happen here. But it's happened in Brazil, and it's definitely happened many times in the United States. Yeah.
Right.
But they're not doing that like they used to, though.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about them anymore.
Right. That's true. Because I know, like with like Kevin Samuels, for example, I know they women. It was weird because maybe it's from a guy's perspective. Because when I used to listen to him, it just kind of made sense. It was just like raw truth, and it made sense. But women were like really offended by his message.
Yeah, offended by the truth.
Right.
To this day still. Yeah, not surprising.
Yeah. Now, do you think feminism has ruined like the dating culture in the States?
It's ruined everything. It's the beginning of the end. I always say any ideologies don't have limits. Yeah.
Right.
So there's no limit to, we can even talk about like LGBT, right? It goes from we don't want to be beat up in the high school bathroom for being gay, to now you need to be gay too. And kids need to chop their penis off.
Right.
There's no limit to the ideology. Same thing with feminism.
The weird thing that I notice about, like, let's say LGBT, is that's like the only thing where it's like you're celebrated just for your decision. Like, think about it. Like, if you graduate from high school or college or something, it's like, oh, you graduated. It's like, yeah, great. And it's like, oh, I came out. Congratulations, right? Yeah. It's so like, right, the level that it's like, what did you do exactly? You know, just like the level that it's celebrated, it just like the magnitude of it just doesn't seem like it's balanced to what's happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a group of people funding that.
Yeah, right. There's definitely an agenda. Mm-hmm. Which country do you think has the best women?
And best in what way?
That's a good question.
Yeah, physical, mental.
In terms of like your personal preference, let's say.
Here.
Okay, why?
I like people that look like me.
Okay, that makes sense.
I've dated plenty of white women. I don't really like Asian women. I've dated them too, but I don't hate them.
Sure.
I don't think that I hate them.
Okay, yeah.
It's just not my preference. But they look like me. They're intelligent when they speak. There's a lot to talk about here, you know? And they're aware of the rest of the world. So I don't run into as many airheads as I have in other countries, but yeah, I enjoy the entire experience.
What's been your least? Outside of the States?
Yeah, because that's...
Yes, outside the States.
Let's go with my least favorite, because we had to break that down, because it might be two. Least favorite,
yeah, you can go.
How they look or how they behave.
Okay, we'll do both. So we'll start with looks and then behavior. If that's two separate answers.
I didn't find them that attractive in Bolivia, but they were very nice, right?
Okay.
But the behavior was the most similar to the States when I was in South Africa. But they looked like some of the best, but yeah, I might as well go back to Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, but Bolivia kind of had like that Dora the Explorer look, huh?
Yeah, like the true Southeast Asian Native American look.
Right,
It was a lot of unmixed, Latinas there.
So elaborate on your South Africa experience. You said it was similar to the States?
Unnecessarily rude, super low interest. You mean not a lot to talk about when you did go on dates with them. Like I ended up seeing chicks from other countries while I was there. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I didn't have the patience for it. Yeah.
I had a question for you. Now, I'm an experienced traveler. I've been to about 35 different countries. Which countries did you like? What brought me to Kenya is really my ability to get local friends. So like when I watch your content, what really stuck out with me was because I've lived in Syria, I've lived in not just travel, lived. I've lived in Syria, I've lived in China. I'm currently in the Middle East. And what stuck out is when you said how you're able to get local friends.
Correct.
That really, I was like, wow, because a lot of expats find themselves in a foreign bubble. Two-part question to this.
Okay.
What would you recommend for someone that's abroad that struggles with that, of just being in a foreign bubble and wanting to branch out more socially?
So there's somebody in Bangkok that only hangs around foreigners, but not the locals. Is what you're saying?
No.
By foreign bubble.
Oh, okay. Foreign bubble means basically you're in another country and it's just like this.
Yeah.
I'm just hanging out with Americans.
Yes.
And not really like expanding out of that.
That may be subjective to the country, but it always starts with learning a language.
Okay.
Of course.
Ooh.
I'm not saying not to learn Swahili, but here is a place where they speak English so well that you don't need it to make local friends. It would be great to have, but it wouldn't be needed. Versus in Brazil, first of all, if you don't know Portuguese, you're not gonna like it because it's gonna be extremely difficult to live there because they don't speak English at all for the most part. Very rare. But yeah, it's just learning the language, but even if you learn Portuguese, I don't think you'll have as many friends there as you would here. So it just depends on the country. I
just came from Thailand.
I have no Thai friends.
That's just what I was gonna say. I've been there this was my last straw because this is my 4th year in a row in the summer, traveling to Thailand. And I looked up and I said, you know what? I don't have not one person's number in Thailand. Like I literally know, I just hang out with the family. I enjoy it the way it looks and everything, but I didn't have not one contact.
Yeah.
And it's like, I started to pay close attention and I'm like, you know what? Have you ever seen Thai people actually hang out with local with a foreign person, not like
really.
at a tour
No.
or selling them something.
The only time I've seen foreigners with the local ties is if it was like dating.
Right? Yeah, right. Yeah, I've never seen them hanging out.
Just too. I can count on one hand how many times I've seen an American or a European with a tie.
Right.
Yeah. No.
And it really is. It's like, you know, it's known for like the land of smiles and being friendly and stuff. But when I really looked at it,
customer service.
Right. It's just good customer service. Yeah. Is there a time that you ever felt unsafe, like as a content creator? Is there ever a time you felt unsafe when you're abroad?
Yeah, especially when that Brazil thing happened, I had to leave the country.
That's right.
I didn't have to, but it was the best decision to make.
So to elaborate, in case your audience doesn't know, what happened in Brazil?
You know, I still had my frustration with the American chicks. So I had only been gone maybe 4 months. So it was still relevant in my mind to constantly compare and talk shit about them.
Right.
Now I don't care at all. I have American chicks that are friends now as long as they don't flirt with me, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Because that's where the bullshit starts.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, I was constantly comparing, and Brazilians don't speak English, so they like, for example, one of my friends called he was referring to women in Brazil as chicks, and this girl he was talking to was so upset because she thought it meant chicken.
Oh, right.
And I said, no, that's another way of just saying female that we say in the States. It doesn't mean you're really a chicken. Come on now, why would he say that?
Right.
But they would listen to my stuff and they were misinterpreting it because I had never really said nothing negative about them because I was pedestalizing one over the other. And so it backfired on me, right? And yeah, it was all on CNN Brazil, Fox News, Mundo Negro, and a few other outlets. But I ended up going back.
Yeah, okay.
They had an investigation because it was some like feminist politician that was trying to like throw charges on me just to, I don't know, she hates men. She's married to a woman. Something's wrong with her mind, but yeah, they were trying, in the investigation, it was like a prostitution ring that they were saying was doing, and sex tourism is not even a crime. I mean, there's a lot of people that should be in jail if that's a crime.
Yeah.
But I never was directly promoting it anyway. So nothing ever came about it. They ended up having to close it after a year. But yeah, I went back for 7 weeks and yeah, nobody even recognized me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What would you say is the biggest red flag that you see in American women today?
Their attitude. Yeah, unnecessarily negative. Even here. Not the ones that are under about 35 years old, I noticed like you just can't talk to them.
Here in Kenya? Oh, you mean the American ones?
Chicks
Oh, right.
Or even the Africans that have lived in America and come back, they're damaged goods.
Right.
Their mind is destroyed.
What do you think that's just feeding in like from the media or?
I don't know, that land is cursed, man. It's a cultural thing. It's a cultural curse. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's the goal, like with the women in the States in terms of like, especially with like African American women, it's very masculine.
Okay.
And that doesn't quite, from a guy's perspective, guys are not really looking for like a dude partner in a relationship.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. Yeah.
Right. And that's really, and I don't know why that narrative is championed so hard. You know, it's quite, when I see a lot of like African American women, what they tend to say is like, you know, I'm strong, you know, it's almost like, even like when there's Father's Day, they come with like, Happy Father's Day, and let's big up the women that, you know, the single mothers too. It's like, nah.
Very
Yeah. That whole like masculine narrative is really, I think that's kind of a lot what like Kevin Samuels talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so what do you mean by the goal though? So like what?
Like that message doesn't actually help in a relationship. It's really causes an imbalance.
It's never been that way until the past 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I wouldn't even go that far back.
Yeah. And I find what's interesting, even kind of getting back to Kevin Samuels, I out of curiosity, do you feel like that was a conspiracy?
What about
him dying?
No.
No, because he was like, wasn't the one that he was with like a nurse or something like that?
Yeah, but I mean, he was drinking a lot of those Red Bulls. I would see him drink 3 of those during the show, and you never know how many he was drinking outside of that.
Okay. Yeah. So you've met him?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, just watch
show. You
in
can
the
see
show.
him drink 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it says it on the bottle too. Like,
right, yeah, that's true.
It's not good for your heart.
I know. I had one earlier.
I drink.
Yeah, no. I stopped, but I just sometimes like when I'm on the in different countries and stuff, I need a quick pick me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But his message though was very unique. And it's kind of speaking on him, Kevin Samuels. Do you think he would promote overseas dating if he was still alive? Do you think? Because his message was kind of like, I feel like he was kind of knocking that option.
He was.
Yeah.
He briefly mentioned it.
Yeah.
But he did knock it for the most part.
Do you think eventually he would have came around?
Unless if he was insane, yeah.
Yeah.
His insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Right.
I mean, do you think he would have did it as long as he did if he wasn't getting paid?
Yeah, I know. Because to me, that was kind of on brand for him.
Yeah.
To say, let's we should try to stay in the States.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're really looking for, like, for example, I have a son, and I'm like, he has to capitalize off of, I think, like the college window. He might find, like, to date maybe someone with a good family, kind of the qualities that you find here.
In the States, though.
You might find that in a very selective college.
Yeah, good luck.
Right, and that's it's such a short window. And then, I'll be real, a lot of them like white dudes. You'll find that. Like, if you go to like the big colleges, you'll find some decent ones that, I only date white.
Yeah, no, I've seen that in UT Austin. I didn't go there, but I've been in that area many times, and yeah, I got that vibe while I was there. But back to what you said with the goal, if you ask me, there is no goal. And this may sound offensive to some, but there's a reason why men have always been in charge. Because now you see, when you give them too much power, now they're just doing shit with no goal, and it's detrimental to the rest of the society.
Yeah, because it's not helping relationships any. Like, it doesn't. It's like, that's not your, like, you know how you get advice from like the grandmothers, like back in the day, they would give advice about dating and how to prepare. This is just like straight reckless.
Well, there's a reason why that the men in your family would vet the man that she was choosing. Because now that they're not doing that, because they don't have any family now, because the family structure is destroyed there. There's women with doctorates dating a damn drug dealer.
Right.
There's women that's the equivalent of, what is Obama's daughter's name?
Is it Malia?
Malia,
Sasha Malia?
Whatever her name.
Yeah, right.
Somebody that would be of that demographic is dating somebody with no job and no car.
Yeah.
Because their families don't vet. And that was a traditional thing. But they like to describe traditionalism as barefoot and pregnant, right? Well, the reason, if you even go back to more infant mortality rates, traditionally, let's say 1,000 years ago, you had to get pregnant 11 times because only 3 of those kids were going to survive in the first place. So you had to stay barefoot and pregnant. The only reason you can complain about it now is because we have modern machinery to keep infants alive and medicine. So it's just a privilege of being in a developed world.
Yeah. So you, as just slightly transitioning off of dating just for a sec, as a youth, like, what do you think is the new American dream?
If you if you ask me, it's not being in America because everything is extremely overpriced. The difference is, like, if you're rich in another country like here, it actually comes with a different level of safety. If you're rich in America, you're not exempt from mass shootings at the grocery store or at school. And now with the immigrant crisis, now, you know, they're targeting, like, for example, if you live in LA, like the richest neighborhoods have problems with break-ins. So it's not even worth being rich there anymore. I don't know why people can't see that.
Right.
That versus in, like, I mean, is there a break-in problem in Spring Valley? You know, I live in Kill Lake, so I don't even feel unsafe walking down the street completely dark at 2 a.m. But in Dallas, you do not do that shit. I don't care where you at in Dallas.
Like most cities in America.
Even not even being robbed, if you're black walking around too late at night, that could be dangerous. Yeah. So the new American dream is having a upscale life in another country.
What do you think is the blueprint for that?
What do you mean? How do you achieve it?
Yeah, because I like just to get
That's the hardest part.
Just to give some insight on that. I've been through that process, and I've started when I was younger. I used to leave the country, run out of money, come back, get a job, try to go back again, and then I finally found, kind of by trial and error, some things that allowed me to be abroad sustainably. What blueprint would you say, if someone was interested in doing that, would be the best thing for them to do?
I don't have the full answer because if it was easy to answer that, everybody would be doing it.
So yeah.
Because at first I was a barber and I was doing the same thing you said, going back and forth, just traveling and putting money aside to come back. But staying there didn't become a reality until I decided to start talking about what I was experiencing, and it just so happened to turn into income. But remote income, don't go to the other country looking for a job. Like, don't come here looking to become a doctor.
Okay, right.
You shouldn't go anywhere outside of Australia and Western Europe, maybe, looking for a job. It's just not, it's not gonna make sense. I don't have the answer. I don't know.
Sure.
That's like asking somebody how to get rich. Like, you gonna have to figure it out.
Right. So
It has to be a remote income, or you have to have, maybe if you have a restaurant back in the States and it's sustainable.
And you just live off of the
Yeah.
proceeds of that, or you try to do that business in another country?
Yeah, or I mean, just where you have residual income.
Ah, right.
Yeah, or I mean, some people do crypto, I don't know, sell a course. I have a course teaching people about how I started my YouTube and sell digital products, etc.
Nice.
But yeah, outside of that, that's the hardest question. The hardest part is, how can you actually move to a country
Right.
and live in this area?
Yes.
You know,
Right.
not in Kibera, you know, how can you live in this area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, what now, getting back to dating, what shocked you the most when you first started dating abroad?
The ease of it, the easy going and the natural flow, because, you know, where we come from, it's nothing natural about it. And going back to them wanting to celebrate Father's Day, it's not natural. I mean, there's a Mother's Day and it comes before the damn Father's Day. Why can't you be fair?
Right.
Damn. They literally implemented ladies first. But yeah, no, the natural flowing is a lot more clarity. So like, either they like you or they don't. I mean, you can find bullshit experiences everywhere, but over there it's just like ridiculous, unnatural. This can't be normal. Versus somewhere like here, yes, I have bad experiences from time to time, but it's not overwhelming. So it's more natural.
Nice.
Clarity.
What was there a particular person that you dated that really got, like, I'll give you an example. I know what sparked my curiosity. I think when I was in high school, I was at like a scholarship banquet, and I think I saw some women that were from either, I can't tell if they're from Kenya or Ethiopia. And it was just like, whoa, like what, who's that, right? That kind of got my interest in abroad. Was there like a particular person you dated that really opened your eyes to that or that option?
No, it was just the entire, I mean, yeah, maybe the first person I dated, but it was the entire experience overall. Just
And what was that country that you went to?
Brazil.
To Brazil.
It was Rio, the first country.
Right.
City.
I know back in the day, I think there was like a Snoop Dogg video or something.
In Rio.
Yeah, that got a lot of people even open to, I never even knew about Brazil before that.
It changed my life.
Yeah.
Forever.
Do you ever see yourself going back to date in the States? And like, is there a certain...
You couldn't pay me to live there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. Yeah, if I had to cap my lifestyle here forever, besides going, no, absolutely not.
Okay. I make an assumption that this is your favorite country.
Yeah.
Abroad, Kenya. What's your second favorite?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. Yes. I'm going to do a stretch, a third. If you had to do a third, not Brazil, not Kenya.
Let's just say Chile.
Oh, Chile. Oh, why is that?
There's a lot to do. It's modern. It's not cheap. It's probably double the cost of being here. But it felt like I fit in very well there.
Okay. If there's, what countries were you interested in going to that you haven't been?
Angola. Let's say Angola, Ecuador, Papua New Guinea, East Timor, Indonesia.
Okay. Oh, you haven't been to Indonesia? Okay, no, Bali?
I was in Southeast Asia and I went to 4 countries and the pollution was just too bad. I was getting sick too often. I couldn't do another country.
Which 4 did you go to?
To Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, and the Philippines.
Okay. Yes. I've been to those 4. I just have a couple more questions. What do you think's probably the biggest myth about travel YouTubers?
That they're sex tourists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they like to call me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you heard?
One I would say, one myth I would say about travel YouTubers, I think a lot of them embellish day-to-day life. That's probably the biggest one. I would say in terms of like a myth. One interesting thing that I saw, it was a different YouTuber in Thailand, and he mentioned that he can go a whole week without speaking to anybody. And I was like,
they stay to themselves?
Yeah, well, it's some of it, that's kind of the foreign bubble thing that I was talking about. Particularly a place like a Thailand, where you're not mixing with the foreigners. But I think some will maybe embellish a little bit of like how much fun they're having. And it's not like that on a day-to-day basis. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest myths I would say.
They're only highlighting the good moments.
Right, a lot of them they don't talk about.
There's a lot of them like that.
Right, because I've been through stretches being abroad where, just like the peaks and valleys. It's super fun, then it gets kind of boring, and then, it's like, I saw a really interesting quote somewhere, I don't know if it's Instagram or Facebook or something, and they said, travel is not therapy. So, I mean, it is good, but I think some people rely on traveling to like escape who they are, or they think all their problems are going to go away.
A lot of people, I met a lot of people like that.
Because you see a lot especially like in Asia. Like, are you familiar with the term LBH?
No.
Loser back home?
Loser back home.
Right.
Okay, I've heard of it, yeah.
Ooh, you see that a lot in Asia.
Yeah.
And it's like, I see a lot of people there like trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who would you find is your biggest audience?
Black American men from the ages of 35 to 65.
What do you think they're looking for?
Retirement, women, and cheap cost of living. I guess that's all retirement, but yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to retire. Here's something that's something, well, two last questions. If you had a son, what would you tell them about dating? What would be your advice?
In specific what? Because I could say that it can be your biggest downfall. Yeah. Especially if you do it in the States, yeah.
What approach would you have? Would you recommend that they go abroad?
He won't be born in the States, so.
Okay,
He'll already be yeah.
Okay, you think be somebody that would be, yes.
I put him in the right place, yeah.
Okay, now, if you did, I wonder, do you ever plan on getting married?
Maybe. I haven't thought about it, no.
Cause it's a very like, I've been through that process. Like initially, like one thing that you and a lot of like younger YouTubers remind me of me, because I went off and traveled and I had this big plan of so many countries I planned on traveling to. And like I started in Ethiopia. I was planning on going to Ivory Coast, Brazil, a lot of these different countries. Didn't make it out of Ethiopia. I ended married.
You got married?
Yeah, I ended up getting married.
Oh, you didn't get married?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it just, you know, when you start to find things that you're looking for, it was just like, wow, seems like the qualities were there. And I ended up still traveling, but I wasn't in like the dating market and all that stuff. What do you think about one thing that people often overlook is school? Cause I look at it from a different perspective, because like I have a son and the international schools are, like the school he goes to costs like 50 G's a year.
I've seen that.
Yeah, so that's like, what would be your advice for schooling if you had a child and you were an American citizen abroad?
I mean, I don't have a child, so I don't look too much into it. Yeah. But I know it's more affordable doing it in a place like Kenya. So again, it goes back to what country you pick. Right. And that has to be part of your decision making.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like,
it's not free like the States where you just send them to school.
Right, you gotta pay for it. Yeah. Yeah, because that's one thing I think a lot of travelers, particularly ones with families, kind of overlook. Yeah, just like what to do for their children. I talk about that on my channel because I am involved in education, and that's one factor that people don't consider, because they're like, oh, go to this country, it's cheap. Not school. A lot of countries, when it comes to school, it's like, that's your whole check. That could be your whole check. Yeah, and what happens below that, like the tiers of school, oh, it can get worse entitled, like just the quality of education and the education that would translate, like if they want to go to college in the States, they can be messed up. Yeah. Going to some of these like schools that are not your international ones. So that's something that a lot of people overlook when it comes to traveling. What do you think about the manosphere, like Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit? Before you get into that, I think, didn't you did some collaborations with, was it Skylar DeRozan? He used to call himself a master teacher. What are you guys, did you guys have a beef, or is that like for the?
You'd have to ask him what his problem is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know what his problem is.
Yeah. So I think you guys have.
He's an opportunist.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. So you can see videos of him really supporting me.
Yeah, I got a little confused.
On the other side
of
the other video.
Because I think video-wise, I think I started watching him, and then I think I got recommended to you, and then I saw you both together. And I was like, oh man, you know, for like a fan, that's like, oh man, my favorite YouTubers are here, right? But I didn't quite understand like what the riff was.
I don't know either.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't go around starting stuff with people. But
Yeah.
He has a flip-flop mentality. Yeah, flip-flopping.
Okay. Now back to the manosphere. What's your thoughts on that? Make that the last question.
It's dominated by incels. I will say the American chicks do have that right. I'm not saying that they're all incels, but if you listen to some of the stuff, a lot of the talking points are just as delusional as the women times.
How would you define the manosphere?
Something that women have always had that men are just now getting access to. Like, you know, women have always had outlets. Like, what's the show with all the...
Like The View?
The View, okay,
right,
something
yeah.
like The View.
Okay.
It's our first time having something like that.
Right. Almost like a barbershop talk.
Yeah,
almost like
we've always had that, but
to...
never on a public scale.
Right.
Yeah, so it's that. And the thing is, like, don't they have it's like labeled like a terrorist organization or a hate group? I think
oh, really?
The FBI has it labeled as a hate group.
The manosphere?
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
The red pill. The red
pill, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, but that's part of that.
Right.
So, yeah. But yeah, if you listen to some of their requirements and what they expect from women, they're looking for something they'll never find.
Right.
You're never gonna find 100% of what you want, maybe 80 at the most.
Yeah. So I guess we'll kind of wrap it up. Do you have any like maybe final like words of advice that you would give someone that wants to go abroad?
To do their research on the place, but not too much research. And I say that because if you read my comments, people want to come here, but they're worried about, what was it, monkeypox, the monkeypox outbreak that killed by August. I think it was like August 20th, they had only killed 500 people on a continent with 1 billion people on it. That's irrelevant.
Right.
But you're doing too much fucking research. Then they're worried about the protest.
Right.
If you watch the news, I was in Kenya, I was here. And people are telling me like, man, I'm gonna wait a couple months. I'm like, you're an idiot. Stop doing so much damn research. Right. Sometimes you have to just take risk. But those protests are not, the city's not on fire. Like that's in one area and the next day it's like nothing happened.
Right. Yeah, you've got to be an experienced traveler to understand that. Because before coming here, I was in Thailand. And then, you know, Thai and Cambodia's got a little rift. And I had some people that were kind of backing out. And then Kenya, there was a protest, and then some people were kind of, and I was like, no, let me ask somebody locally, just to, because a lot of times what you see on the news and what's really going on is not as embellished as they make it. Yeah.
Yeah, they still have that mentality of don't leave the resort. Yeah, you might as well just go to the Hyatt in Texas then or something like that. If that's your mentality. So yeah, you're not seeing Kenya, you're not seeing anything if you don't leave the resort.
If there's any viewers that don't know Auston Holleman, how can they find you?
So I'm on all platforms as Auston Holleman. That's Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere, and TikTok. You can find me at Auston Holleman.
All right, so I'm Expat D. Thanks a lot for spending time with this great interview with Auston Holleman. You know, it was really enlightening. You know, I learned a lot, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's most fun.
Great questions.
Yeah. So thanks a lot, man,
Thank you again
for joining me. Yeah. All right.